Welcome to AMM 245 Consumerism, Impact and Issues, Homework Number 1, Stuff Log Explanation. Okay, so this is your first homework assignment, and it basically requires you to log all your material possessions from one particular room that you currently typically spend more of your time with. So it can't be, for example, the kitchen where you have like one or two things. It should be mainly your bedroom or a place where you spend most of your time and have most of your stuff in. Obviously, this is an inventory. It's not going to be of every possible thing you own because you'll probably have things in your car and other places, so that's fine. But just an actual honest inventory of what you have in your most likely bedroom, okay, or place where you sleep or most likely reside. So not the entire house, not everything you own, just that particular room. You're also going to look at the estimated value. It's an estimate. It doesn't have to be perfect, obviously. And you have to quantify as well, okay? So the purpose is for you to fully understand consumer patterns, you really need to understand your own. So it'll help you be more aware and basically be more aware of the goods that you do own, what you have, and really this is the first step for you to look at your shopping patterns, okay? You're going to start looking at your shopping patterns and that'll take you to that next assignment. So you're going to be following the format, cover page. Please keep the font Times New Roman, size 12, single spacing, normal 1-inch margins. Just keep it typical, standard. With page numbers at the bottom of each page. Sometimes your staple comes undone and then it's hard to keep track of your page numbers. So please put the page numbers on the bottom. And the first part is your inventory check. So you're going to do an inventory of your items. You can do a table on a Word document, or as I'm showing you, you can use Excel. That's fine too. So that would be a separate file, or you can just do a table in Word. And you want to be able to group them together, so you have things like put the description and then you put quantity. So here you can say like 1, 2, 3, whatever the quantity is, or a box or a caseload or individual quantities. Did you buy it, or was it there, or was it a gift? And the value, estimated value. And you can group things. Absolutely, you can do that. So if it helps you, you can group items. It's up to you. It depends on the item. But again, I want you to be able to identify, did you buy it, or was it there in the room, or was it a gift, and estimated value. You're going to create that table either in Excel or in Word. Make sure that you itemize everything, including items in a closet. Think about drawers. Things needs to make sense. So for example, if you say video game console system and I don't see any listing of games, you don't have any games, or are they all digital? So make sure you make a point of that. Also, you don't need to put one item per row. So for example, if you have just 12 t-shirts, you can put 12 in the quantity and then put t-shirts. And then just put a price range, because some of your t-shirts are cheaper than others. So just put a price range, like from $5 or $10 all the way to, let's say, $45, $55, whatever it is. So that's fine. So that could be one entry. So you don't have to put one row for each single item. So you can group them together in that regard. Otherwise, they do need its separate listing. Also, do end with a grand total estimated value of the items that you have in your room. So like a grand total at the very end. Then you're going to ask underneath the table, you're going to answer the following questions. What does the stuff that you currently live with, the things that you have that you listed, say about the way that you live, about your lifestyle? Do you feel you have too much or too little, or just the right amount of items? Why? And explain. Please give examples, elaborate. Suppose all of your, and the second question, suppose all your inanimate possessions are about to be destroyed by natural disaster. Assume a fire, horrible earthquake, whatever. If you could only save 3 material things, so not items, not pets, not people, not pets, I'm talking just material items, what would you save and why? Okay, so list the 3 things that you could save, only 3 items, and why. So that's part 1. Part 2, you're going to do a little survey. You're going to look at yourself, and then you're going to survey a peer. So you're going to make a list of the 5 most recent transactions, okay? So separate transactions, so purchases that you have made, okay? So for each one, indicate what you bought, where you bought it, when did you buy it, so the date and why you bought it. Okay. You're going to then do the same data for another student, so a peer, but it has to be a student. Okay. Make a list of their 5 most recent transactions. Let them know that it's for this class, and make sure you have their consent, and ask them the questions, have them answer, and for each transaction, again, answer the same questions, and put this in a table. So like this is an example. Some people like to just list it, but if you can put it in a table, it'd be great, like the student did. That's perfectly fine, just like that. Okay, that'll work. And part 2 of section 2 is basically the collection of the data of your peer, of another student. And then section 3, discuss you and your peer's consumption patterns as revealed by these sets of purchases. So really look at it in a paragraph or two. Analyze, really analyze, think this one through, see what patterns you see, what you have in common, what you don't, what makes it different, and definitely what patterns of commonality, what do you both share in terms of your list that you have in common. Okay, and how do you interpret that? What does that say about your shopping patterns for both of you? So how do you know the work is good? This is a very general rubric. So basically completing everything, the list. If there's items that seem to be missing, I'll make a note of that. But make sure that your list is complete, required information. Make sure that you proofread in each section. But you can see that part 1 is 5 points. Part 1, section 2 is 3 points. Then part 2, section 1, 2, and 3 each are 4 points, giving you a grand total of 20 points. This is due week 3 on Wednesday. That would be April 11th, 10 p.m. Okay, so electronic submission only, in Word or PDF format, please. Word or PDF format only. Do not give me pages or any other format. Okay, so you can have more than one file. If you decide to do Excel as a format for your table, that's perfectly fine. Then you upload 2 files. I'll have it so you can upload multiple files. Otherwise, your one Word or PDF file with your table on it is perfectly fine. Okay. If you have any questions, please email me, and hope you get something out of this assignment. So good luck.